Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Rinaldi, could you give us a little color commentary on what the state of technology is in our towers that air traffic controllers are using and how it matches up with what might be available?
Well, we are, thank you, sir. We are behind in technology. Canada, the UK, most of the modern world is using more modern technology than we have in our system. Our controllers are doing a fantastic job with the equipment they have, but electronic flight strips that Mr. Micah held up is a perfect example. There have been renditions after renditions of the FAA trying to move us to an electronic flight strip program, and we're still actually right now testing one. We have one deployed in Phoenix Tower, and we have one in Newark Tower, and we're setting requirements. But that'll, through the procurement process and certainly through requirements, this will be a long, drawn-out process where we'll be 2025 when our towers will actually start to see actually an electronic flight strip program.
So just in case anybody missed that, what was that year you said when that new technology would appear in our towers?
Well, we're looking at about 2025, but that's if we're funded properly, and that's certainly if the contract is written in a way where human factors are actually on the forefront, so it's you don't have the cost overrun once it gets to the tech center in Atlantic City.
So the next question I'd like to ask, and we had devoted, and I'd like to take the time to thank Mr. Larson, because a lot of the all of the 180 stakeholder meetings that we had, we did in a very bipartisan manner, and that we tried to get at a lot of the situations that we were trying to deal with. And one of the things that we looked at was the air traffic control shortage that we may be facing, and we didn't really get to a conclusion at that stakeholder meeting. Will you give us your take on what we're looking at here and when we're looking at it and what the numbers look like?
They're pretty scary. We're at a 27-year low of fully certified controllers through the system. The number is 10,760, of which those 10,760, 3,355 of them could retire at any moment. That would cause delays throughout the system, because we just would not be able to open up positions and open up facilities to run the system as we are today. We do have 3,229 in some type of developmental training status. That status can take any time from 1 to 5 years, depending on the facility they're in and depending on how they are progressing through the OJTI program. The agency has made a commitment to hire an appropriate amount this year. I have no faith that they will hit that number, because they haven't in the last 5 years hit their hiring mark.
Mr. Poole, did you look like you had something you wanted to add to that?
No, actually, I've written about the subject, and I was shocked today to hear what he said about the date for electronic flight strips. I didn't realize. I knew that there was work going on, but I didn't realize it was going to be 2025. That's pathetic.
Okay.
Just to clarify the date, they are rolling electronic flight strips into time-based metering and ground-based metering program, so they're making it more complicated than if they were just to take a system that is off the shelf today that some of the manufacturing companies actually have. We could get it a lot sooner. The problem is they are rolling it into some broad initiative of time-based metering.
Mr. Chairman, I have additional questions, but they would run over my time limit. I'll wait for the next round, so I yield back at this point.